So let me explain it this way. Say you're going to go to the range today and you're going to go and you're going to shoot your 200 arrows today. This is your day. It's a 200 arrow volume day. If you go to the range and you shoot 200 arrows at 50 meters, let's say you shoot, I don't know. Let's say you shoot 50 of those 100 of those 100 arrows, 50 you shoot 50 tens. Okay? That's 25 per 100 arrows. Is that doable? Maybe. Maybe you don't. Maybe you shoot a couple of those tens that aren't really great shots, so that number drops a little bit, right? So out of those 200, maybe you really only shoot 75 that are truly good shots, right? Hypothetical. You if you wanted to, you could just take a scorecard, figure out how many tens and nines you shot, count them as good, circle them if they weren't bad, if they weren't good arrows, whatever, and really get a true, or you could use a clicker and you click it if it's a good shot. And you count that number, whatever that number is. Out of 200, it's 115, it's 75, whatever that number is. And that's what you'd say that's all you do for the day. And this is where the disconnect with comes in with people who are shooting um, just competition distance all the time. So instead, the next time you go and you're going to shoot 200 arrows on Wednesday, right? So on Wednesday, you choose to shoot um, 100 arrows at competition distance, but then you go shoot 100 arrows of blind bale and you do, let's say you do 50 blind bale and you do 50 draw holds at 5 seconds apiece. Okay. All of those represent part of the archery shot, the draw holds and blind bale, right? Essentially, you're shooting a full shot if you think about it. Probably more with because 5 seconds is more than most people are shooting an arrow longer than 5 seconds from start to complete end. Out of those blind bale and draw holds, what percentage do you think you would do damn near perfect?
I would say about the same, like 25, 30%.
I bet you it's higher. I bet you it's closer to 90.
Oh,
Think about it. Blind bale is what it is, right? Blind bale is
right.
pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Everything's the same. Where eyes are closed, so our senses are more heightened, and we're working on our follow through. Form feels great. And you're like, how many times have you said to yourself when you're shooting blind bear, like, man, why can't I do this when I'm aiming? Right?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
more times than not, that's every arrow. Like, oh, that felt so good. Oh, I felt so strong. All that stuff. So I'm willing to bet that most people who are doing shooting drills correctly, 90% plus, I bet it's higher than that. For really good shooters, I bet it's 98, 99%, 100%. You're shooting damn near perfect shots every time. How many times do we do draw holds and they're perfect? It's not hard to do.
Yeah.
So, we're coming to anchor. We're anchoring along at your cat. It is National Cat Day, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Um, so, you were coming to anchor, tip of the arrows in the middle or wherever our aim point is. Everything, like you're doing it perfect every time. Because if you're not doing it perfect, if it say something doesn't go quite right, you fix it right away, boom, middle, right? So out of those 100 shots, you're probably somewhere in the 90s. 90 of the 100 were perfect. Of those 2 days, which day, Monday at 200 or Wednesday at 200, of those 2 days, which one had more carryover toward you um, getting better? I think either you're muted or your cat.
Sorry.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. I would say the days I'm shooting bail would be the
Yeah.
best carryovers.
And it's just a statistical thing. It's not even um it's just by the numbers. Like think about the volume of numbers. Like you can go and shoot competition distance all the time. But by volume of better arrows, which day carried over better? The Wednesday practice or the Monday practice? I think there's a place for both of them,
Right.
but when you're working on specific things, when you're trying to make improvements, when you're compartmentalizing the shot process and working on a specific part to try to get this part better and then this part better and that part better so that the whole thing is better. That's my philosophy as a coach. That's the way, there's no magic pill for
Right.
becoming the best competitor in barebow. There's no, you know, there's a lot of small little um um things in life that affect how you're going to be as a competitor. Is your money right? Is your home life right? Is your mental state right? Are your bills paid? Are your kids good? Is your relationship good? Is your traveling stuff squared away? Is your equipment squared away? Is everybody like, are you going into a tournament and you got somebody that's laying in the hospital somewhere? Like all of those things and in some regards, some of those things, archery acts as a distractor and it helps you, but are you truly vested in what's happening in your shot? It varies for everyone. But,
Right.
have your affairs straight, have all that stuff straight, work on the things that you need to work on, and then and only then, give yourself every ounce of opportunity to succeed. Don't bail yourself out or give yourself an excuse to not succeed. If you know that you aren't as prepared as you would like to be, then just go into the tournament with the goal of using that basically as training to get better, knowing that like expectations are nil. I'm just here to be the best version of myself today, and I'm going to work on being better with every single arrow. That work?
That works. That works. And if I could add, Mondays I use for target aiming. Wednesdays I use for bail, but I find that like the bail stuff helps my aiming because I'm not too stressed about the hold, the form, everything
Exactly.
else.
Exactly right. That's
And
you're
it almost
figuring
becomes
it out
just
on your own.
mechanical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's where the shooting drills come in. People are like, shooting drills, shooting drills. They don't like them. They're boring. Yeah, they're boring. They suck. I don't know
Yeah.
what to say. They're not fun,
Yeah.
but they make you better. So if you can struggle through and concentrate through that boring stuff in the tournament, it's so much easier to stay focused. And if you're reinforcing your mantra on every blind bill and every draw hold, you're not going to be as you're not going to be as what's the word? Exposed to forgetting your mantra or not using it during a tournament. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's